fall sports season is ready to say farewell, but not before one more state championship weekend. Hello and welcome to another edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Kim Pierce. Bennett Academy girls volleyball found itself one win away from a fourth consecutive trip to state. The Red Wings traveled to Bartlett High School to face New Trier in a super sectional showdown.
Another year, another girls volleyball super sectional appearance for Bennett Academy as the Red Wings need one more win to get back to the state series. That next challenge is New Trier, the third straight matchup in the supers between these two teams, where the Red Wings claimed victory in each contest. It's a close first set early on, but Bennett keeps it together. On their end, Ellie Sternago serves to Molly Welge, who gets the point and makes it 8-6 in their favor. From a Welge kill to an Abby Lee ace to add more insurance. Everyone is getting involved on the Red Wings side, so here's a kill from Sophia Youssef, and it's 15-8 Bennett. The Trevians may be down, but not out of it. While Bennett tries to grow the lead, Grace O'Rourke sneaks one through the middle to give her squad some life. It won't last long because Brooklyn Brass says go fish by drawing the ace. Now it's time for the set point. New Trier wants to keep it alive until Lenny Tarno blocks the opportunity, and the Red Wings win set 1, 25-15. New Trier gets a favorable swing thanks to an ace by Kalia Cremascoli that bounces off the net. Though, back to Bennett's regular schedule dominance, as Sternago catches everyone off guard with a two-hand sendback. It's just point after point in favor of the Wings, and Brass finds the open target on the other side for the kill, and Bennett opens up an 18-8 lead. It's not just a kill fest because it's Youssef asking Serena Bauer, "Did you get the invitation to my block party?" That's another point for Bennett. Match point coming up for the Red Wings. Brass gets her name called, and it's game, set, match. This one is over as Bennett Academy takes the two-set sweep and punches its ticket to the state series. The Red Wings will take the court on Friday against Lockport in the semifinals at Illinois State.
The Red Wings made the trip to Illinois State University, which has become an annual pilgrimage for the black and red faithful. Waiting in the wings in the 4A state semifinals are the Lockport Porters, one of only two teams to hand Bennett a defeat this season.
Coach Brad Baker and his Bennett Academy Red Wings are back in the IHSA 4A Girls Volleyball State Series for a fourth straight season after three straight runner-ups. A trip to the championship is on the line as the Wings take on a team responsible for one of their two losses during the season in Lockport. The Porters beat the Red Wings on August 30th and are back in this series after taking third last season. Set 1 is off to a promising start if you're a Lockport fan. Hudson Timacek adds onto the case with the kill and a 6-3 lead for the Porters. However, the Red Wings regroup and call up Molly Welge as the Marquette commit delivers the kill to put her squad in front at 10-9. Abby Lee hops into action with an ace to culminate in another point for the Wings. The Porters go on a small run to regain control, and it's once again Timacek bringing the heat. A 5-0 run for Lockport makes it 16-13 in their advantage. That just fuels Bennett, who continues to stay aggressive. Sophia Shinetti makes a nice dig to keep it alive, and then Ellie Sternago sets up Brooklyn Brass for another kill, and this set is tied at 17. Both teams keep pumping up the score, and the Porters get another favor, this time from Malia Cole. It's knotted up at 22. The score is still tied, but enough is enough, says Liddy Tarnow. She and Sternagel pass it around, and then the Wisconsin commit sends it, and the Red Wings retake the lead 24-23. Set point coming up, so who's completing the mission? That is Liddy Tarnow. The Red Wings win a thrilling 25-23 set 1 and are one set victory away from the state finals. Bennett holds a 6-4 lead in the second set and keeps taking advantage of those second chances. Welge steps in and displays the kill. Porters aren't giving up just yet because they also get favorable second chances. While the Red Wings seek another tally, Olivia Mayer gets one of her own with the block, and Lockport is only down by 1. Though from there, it's all Red Wings. Brooklyn Brass steps in for the block to grow the lead to 21-15. It's time for the match point for Bennett. Timacek can't keep the sendback in bounds, and that's it. Bennett Academy ends the second set on a 12-4 run and is moving on to the state championship, where the Red Wings will face defending state champs Marist. Bennett Academy is once again back in the IHSA 4A Girls Volleyball State Championship, searching for its first state title since 2019. The matchup is the defending state champs Marist, a team that beat the Red Wings in last season's final. Abby Lee helps build some momentum by placing down the ace for the Red Wings. The two squads form a short rally, eager to get a point. This one is in favor of Bennett because Ellie Sternagel fakes out everyone with a setback, and this set is tied at 7. The Red Hawks regroup and get an ace of their own from Taylor Bird. Marist begins to grow its lead as Savannah Weathers gets her name called. After a couple of serves, Weathers gets a setback that deflects off the opposing hands, and the Red Hawks hold a 17-13 lead. Red Wings don't panic and get some help from Sophia Shinetti as she spikes it down for the kill. However, Marist steals back the momentum as Cassidy Cage gets a quick kill to increase the lead. Marist is 1 point away from winning the first set, leading 24-18. Tessa Dowling will make sure that's possible, so she pulls the block and the Red Hawks win set 1, 25-18. Red Hawks continue to bring the pressure to the Red Wings thanks to Cage, who fires a bullet of a kill down the middle. Another possession sees the same result for the Red Hawks, and Elena Davidson dig on her knees leads to a Maggie Kirpakis kill. Marist holds a commanding 17-10 lead. Don't even think about counting out the Red Wings because Brooklyn Brass tallies up a much-needed kill. Later on, it's Brass turning Brass into gold once again. 9 kills in the match for Brass. More from the Bennett side, this time from Sophia Youssef, as she steps right in front of the net for the block. We got ourselves a 20-17 set. However, Marist was a dominant force all match long. Shinetti can't keep the setback in bounds, and Marist is the IHSA 4A Girls Volleyball State Champions. This is state title number 4 for the Hawks, while the Red Wings bring home their 11th state trophy.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to buying a car, you want a deal that's fair, and that's exactly what you'll get at Fair Oaks Ford. It's why J.D. Power has named us the best customer experience in the business 4 years in a row. You know you'll experience fairness every step of the way. Right now, it's all about the zeros. Get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models. Fair pricing, fair deals. Fair Oaks Ford. It's right there in our name. Visit us on Ogden Avenue in Naperville or at fairoaksford.com.
The second day of the girls' swimming and diving state meet brings the best of the best in the state of Illinois to the FMC Natatorium in Westmont. Several local swimmers are in contention for a top spot on the podium.
The girls' swimming season has led to this: the Illinois State Meet for Swimming and Diving at the FMS Natatorium in Westmont. Schools from all over have shown up to compete with the best of the best. And from Naperville, we have Naperville North, Naperville Central, Neuqua Valley, Bennett Academy, and Waubonsie Valley looking to leave it all in the water for the finals after a competitive day of preliminaries. Rosary enters the showdown as the state champion 2 years in a row, and today defends their title in search of a potential three-peat. Let's start things off. Beginning with the 200 medley relay, Naperville North's Delaney Lund leads the team of Tasha Mantell, Sophie Rutkowski, and Caitlin Vonham in lane 1, with Naperville Central's medley team of Alexa Goldstone, Macy Foltz, Maddie Sacamino, and Shannon Sue swimming in lane 7. When the breaststroke swimmers kick off the wall, Rosary leads the competition by a hair, but when the butterfly starts, they pull ahead to set up freestyle swimmer Kaylee Dela Cruz to secure her team a strong finish time of 144.19 and 9th place in the event overall. Naperville Central's Sue brings home the 5th place spot in the second heat with a time of 147.46. And Naperville North's Vonham brings home 8th with a time of 147.90. And the two teams finish 13th and 16th respectively. Stevenson emerges as the 200 medley champions ahead of Lyons Township and York. In the 200 freestyle first heat, junior Carolina Paeter competes for Neuqua Valley in the second lane. Every athlete keeps pace up to the first turnaround, when Annabelle Naraki from Rosary pulls ahead. Her strong swimming secures her the first finish of the race with a time of 151.01 and 9th place overall. Just behind her are Buffalo Grove's Ella Houston, Moline's Olivia Gustafson, and Lyons Township's Anna Pansing. Paeter claims the 13th overall spot in the state with a time of 152.72. In the top heat, Paige Cowell from Rosary is the state champion in the 200 free with a time of 147.14, just ahead of Ella Patla from Frem. Now the fastest competition of the day, the 50-yard freestyle first heat, with Sophia Paeter swimming for the Wildcats and Anna Hancharik swimming for the Warriors. No surprise this race is close. Top two swimmers are separated by less than a second. Aria Grosenbach of Stevenson High School claims the top spot in a time of 22.85. Sarah Jurius from Maine South earns second in the state with her time of 23.10. The 4th place medal goes to Paeter and her time of 23.24. And right behind her in 5th place is Hancharik with a time of 23.36. Next up, we switch to the diving competition with Lusa Caruso and Ella Buchenauer diving for Waubonsie Valley, and Gabby Ursu taking to the board for Neuqua Valley. Starting off is Caruso attempting an inward dive pike. A great dive that propels Caruso to the number 10 spot overall to wrap up her warrior diving career with a final score of 444.00. Here's another warrior as Buchenauer also attempts the inward dive pike. This performance earns her top marks and 5th place overall in the state competition with a score of 464.00. Now Ursu dives for Neuqua, attempting a reverse 1 1/2 somersault tuck. That's a fantastic entrance into the water, and that skillful showcase earns Ursu the 3rd place spot in the state competition with an overall score of 472.00. just behind Eliana Moody from Wheaton North in second place with 478.90. But our state champion is Katie Malm of the Oswego Co-op, here attempting the difficult reverse 1 1/2 somersault 1 1/2 twist free. That dive secures her first place in Illinois diving for a second straight season, with an overall score of 515.75. Congratulations to all the divers. Shifting back to swimming for the 100 freestyle first heat event, where senior Anna Honcharik competes for Waubonsie Valley. The race is on, and at the first turnaround, Aria Grosenbach, the junior from Stevenson in the top seed, pulls ahead. In the final stretch, Grosenbach maintains her lead with Ellie Patla from Fremd and Alyssa Alberton from Oak Forest fighting for second place. Grosenbach secures a first place finish with a time of 49.19. with Patla barely behind at 49.95 and Alberton clocking in at 50.08. Honcharik secures 6th place overall with a terrific time of 50.93. Now let's watch the second heat for the 500 free, where Carolina Pieter swims for Neuqua Valley in lane number 1. Close to the 150-yard distance, Livia Kremer from St. Ignatius begins to pull ahead. But there's a lot of race left. Just over halfway, and New Trier's June Dichtel is closing in on Kremer, and there is a flurry of swimmers just behind looking to do the same. It's the final stretch, and New Trier's Margaret Litzau claims the top spot with a time of 4:59.11, with Kremer less than a second behind at 4:59.95, and Alicia Ciosnicka from Lake Zurich in third with 5 minutes .50. Pieter earns the 15th spot overall with a time of 5:04.84. Kate Farrell from St. Charles North holds off Paige Cowell from Rosary and wins the top heat for another first place medal at 450.90. Neuqua Valley competes in the 200 freestyle relay second heat with the team of Taylor Tuck, Charlie Satlak, and Carolina and Sophia Pieter. Tuck starts the race off with a strong kick on the first turnaround for Satlak to take over. In the last moments, it's a fierce battle for the first finish, and out in front is Claire Conklin from West Chicago to bring it home with a time of 1:34.95 in the second heat, and Mahomet Seymour and St. Ignatius claiming second and third respectively. The Wildcats secure a 14th place finish in the relay with some strong swimming. Rosary adds another first place finish to the total as the Royals hold off Stevenson to win the top heat. Bennett Academy's sole swimmer competing in the finals is Abby Morrissey, taking part in the second heat for the 100 backstroke. The swimmers take off, and Morrissey keeps pace towards the front for the first 50 yards. As the race comes to an end, it's Edwardville's Scout Jackson finishing first, followed by Rosary's Annabelle Naraki and Morrissey finishing third for an overall placement of 11th in the state, making the Red Wings proud. Now the top heat for the 100 backstroke. It's Sophia Pieter once again taking to the water for the Wildcats. Thea Bike from St. Charles North and Vera Connick of Rolling Meadows fight for first place in state, but it's Bike in lane 4 who earns the top spot for St. Charles North with a time of 53.66. Connick locks in the silver medal with 54.10, and Rachel Johnson from Dundee Crown earns third and puts a time of 54.61 on the board. Pieter claims 7th in the state for the 100 backstroke in a great showing. Naperville North has 2 swimmers in the 100 breaststroke. Jules Swatland and Tasha Mantell swim in the second heat for the Huskies today, and they're off. Mantell is in the lead up to the first turnaround. But when the final kick off the wall happens, all lanes are even, and it's anyone's race in the home stretch. Bella Barrett from Lockport finishes first, just 0.3 seconds ahead of the competition with a time of 105.37, followed by Noura Nalawi of Fremd with a time of 105.64 seconds, and Livia Jern of Lyons Township in third with 105.74. Swatland and Mantell from Naperville North earn 4th and 5th place finishes respectively, with times of 105.79 and 105.89 for a race that was extremely close to the very end. Swatland and Mantell earned 12th and 13th in the state competition overall, with Nellie Sandor from Stevenson taking first in the state. Naperville's last race for the day is the 400 freestyle relay in the second heat. We have Neuqua Valley, Naperville Central, and Waubonsie Valley competing. The Wildcats team is the Pieter twins once again with Tuck and Bree Pepping. The Warriors bring in Estelle Castaneda, Abby Brown, Malini Madaman, and Honcharik for their team effort. And the Redhawks see Avery Meisenheimer, Lily Wolski, Alexa Goldstone, and Sue swimming for Naperville Central. In the final leg of the race, Loyola sophomore Leah Rogi swims to victory with her team's time of 3:29.57, earning the top spot, followed by St. Ignatius and Work. Neuqua Valley secures the highest placement amongst Naperville schools for the 400 free with a 12th place finish, followed by Waubonsie Valley in 14th and Naperville Central in 15th. St. Charles North earns first place in the state for the 400 freestyle relay over Hinsdale Central. However, first place in the state championships goes to Stevenson for their strong showings across the board, earning first in the 200-yard medley relay, the 50-yard free, 100-yard free, and the 100-yard backstroke, among other top finishes, totaling 236 points. Second place goes to St. Charles North with 227 points, and former champion Rosary takes third with 211 points. Congratulations to all swimmers and schools for a fantastic season.
With the fall sports season wrapping up, that means winter sports are ready to tip off. One Naperville Central basketball player is eager to make her long-awaited return to the court with the Redhawks. Patrick Cotto has more on senior standout Trinity Jones in our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
I am so excited. It's a blessing to be able to play basketball again. It's a blessing to be able to play with these girls again. I love them. I know a lot of them since third grade, so it's really exciting to do one last round with them.
The Naperville Central girls basketball team gets a key piece back in its starting lineup in the form of Clemson recruit and All-State forward Trinity Jones. Jones played for the Redhawks as a freshman, averaging over 20 points and 12 rebounds per game while helping the Red and White to a regional title. She transferred to Bolingbrook for her sophomore year before returning to the Red Hawk hardwood as a junior. However, an ACL tear would force her onto the sidelines, where she'd cheer on the team while working on her own recovery.
In the beginning, I did a lot of upper body. I did a lot of weightlifting. I did a lot of push-ups, sit-ups, just to get my upper body right. It's progression, but I got to be able to do a few new things every month.
The months of rehab paid off, with Jones taking the court for the first time in nearly a year at the Redhawks regional semifinal game against Yorkville last season. Head coach Andy Nussbaum was confident in the decision to have Jones knock the rust off after a long absence.
We wanted to win. She was on limited minutes, which again was understandable, but it was 2 minutes a quarter and got 6 points. So, you know, you do the math and figure out what it would have been if it was 8 minutes a quarter. But I'm just glad she got a little bit of high school basketball back under her belt so that she's, mentally ready to go this year.
Minutes restriction or not, Jones was grateful for the opportunity to play in a live game, even though the Redhawks were eliminated in the opening round of the playoffs.
I really wanted to play with that team. If I had the opportunity to play that last game, so whether we won or lost, I just wanted to play. So it was exciting to be able to play that game.
Jones is only the second Redhawks girls basketball player to commit to a Power 5 program, the first being recently retired WNBA star Candace Parker. As the head coach for both Parker and Jones, Nussbaum sees several similarities between the two generational prospects.
They're both similar in the fact that they can do it all. They can post, they can handle the ball, they can shoot. Their defense is scary. There are some definite positive comparisons that you can make, but I think, to her credit, I think Trinity wants to be her own player, and that there's nothing wrong with that.
With Jones entering her senior year and already committed to play collegiately at Clemson, she is ready to help the Redhawks to a strong season to cap off her high school career.
We're gonna be very interesting to watch, so I'm very stoked for that. And honestly, for me, from freshman year to now, I would say more of a elite passer, honestly, and I feel like I'm gonna play very well with these group of girls. We're gonna be dangerous.
For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
Here we are at the state championship for girls volleyball. It's high stakes as Bennett faces Marist on the court. After a short rally, both teams fight for the point. This one is in favor of Bennett as Ellie Sternagel fakes everyone out with a sendback. And the first set is now tied at 7. We need to slow that down to see Sternagel's fast hands for this stellar tip over the net. The placement is perfect to catch Marist off guard in this intense showdown, and Sternagel takes our play of the week.
Naperville is what it is because people participate in it. And I think with a trusted local, unbiased, fact-based media outlet, you're able to do that. Everybody can get the information they need to be able to actively participate. And that's exciting.
Stay in the game with the high school sports coverage you need, delivered how and where you want it. From standout performances to in-depth features and coverage, the Daily Herald delivers the local sports stories that keep you connected to your community. Whether it's Friday night football or standout athletes, if it's happening in your community, we've got it covered. Never miss a game or highlight. Subscribe to the Daily Herald today.
Boys bowling is back in action on the lanes. Starting off the season on the right foot are the Naperville North Huskies against the Valley's District 204 Co-op from the Fox Bowl in Wheaton.
It's time to hit the lanes for boys bowling in Naperville as the Valleys host Naperville North. The Valleys are a District 204 co-op made up of Matia Valley, Wabanzi Valley, and Neuqua Valley. Last season, the co-op claimed their program's first ever win against Naperville North, which means it'll either be a repeat for them or a comeback for the Huskies in this showdown. The Valley's Tyler Nuno is setting the tone early with the swift strike down the right side. Nuno goes on to finish the first game with a high of 195 points. Husky Nathan Adams returns the favor with a strike of his own down the middle. More Valley momentum as Anders Moranchek gets his first strike of the night. Moranchek finishes the first game with a score of 190. Later on, North's Anderson Karkainen walks to his spot and throws it down along the right side for the strike. Husky Nathan Mulligan rolls the ball down the center and it curves back left for the strike. Brady Cott fires back for the Valleys with a powerful strike down the middle. Moranchek now up, and his ball stays true to the center lane for another Valley strike. Riker Quattrini bowls for the co-op now as his ball curves back towards the center and the pins fall one by one for the strike. Quattrini finishes the second game with a score of 182, his best game of the night. In the final game of the night, North's Nathan Adams starts off with a stellar strike. Adams goes on to finish the night with a score of 175, his best of the night. Down the stretch, North's Mulligan has the hot hand, getting his fifth strike in a row in the 10th frame. The Husky finishes with a 197, the best score of the night. Tyler Nuno closes out the night for the Valleys with another strike. Nuno finishes off his night with a score of 181. The Valleys get the victory over Naperville North once again, 2,405 to 2,272, securing a great conference win to open the season.
The Naperville Central boys bowling team is off to a hot 3-0 start this season and ends the week with a match at Plainfield North. Last year's matchup saw the Redhawks take down the Tigers as they look to make it 4-for-4 in match play this week. Blake Antman gets things going for the Redhawks as he throws it perfectly on point and blows up the pins for the strike. It's part of a 185 to start his evening. North responds with Mike Winnard, who matches Antman with a strike of his own. This shot by him has no trouble hitting the pocket as he gets rolling with a 174 early on. Ian Roddersman of the Redhawks has a tricky 2-7 split spare shot. The lefty two-hander drills the 2-pin, which bounces back and kicks down the 7 for the spare. Joining him on spares is Sean Mulvey, as the fellow Redhawk makes quick work of the 10-pin for a spare of his own, and Central continues to keep pace. The Tigers pounce back to claim a spare for their scorecard. This shot from Reese Blackburn at the 6 and 10 pins is on point for the pickup. On the same pair is Redhawk Brandon Blytek, who gets Central back on strike mode with this shot, blowing up the pins like dynamite for another mark. Central trails North after Game 1. In Game 2, Roddersman also gets the X's flying as his fastball does just enough to knock down the 4-pin as Central rallies back. But North keeps the pedal to the metal, first with Winnard throwing another strike down as part of a strong 245 in Game 2. He is joined by Blackburn, who has just enough to carry the ball right on target for a strike of his own. He ends that game with a 172. But bringing the most firepower for North is Gatlin Deem. This shot by Deem is on the nose but has just enough force to secure the strike, and he rolls a 258 in Game 2. Grayson File puts the strikes back on Central's side and takes a trip way down Brooklyn, but punches down all 10. His best on the day is a 205 as North continues to lead Central. The Tigers' lead grows in Game 3 with Ian Datweiler. This fastball from him takes care of all 10 for a strike as he ends with a 587 series. The Redhawks turn to their depth to help shorten the gap. Off the bench is Gavin Springer, who throws it straight at pocket for the strike, and Central keeps the battle going. Also following him off the bench is Andrew Naffel. The senior goes across the lanes to pick up the 6-10 for a great addition to the scoreboard. Blake Antman also goes spare hunting, and it's a shot from one side to the next to take down the 10-pin. He ends his day with a 190 in Game 3. But the Tigers respond with strikes as Ben Hamilton has plenty of corner pin swag. His shot is high in pocket, but with a lot of pin action, he slides down the 10-pin for the strike. Leading all bowlers on the day is senior Josh Newcomb. This shot by him has no trouble demolishing the pins as he ends with a 686 series. But the Tigers put an exclamation mark on the day as Andrew Winter trips down the 4 and 7 pins on this strike shot to claim a 563 series. It's all a part of Plainfield North's 29-18 to 26-16 win over Naperville Central as the Redhawks suffered their first loss of the year. Both teams will travel to the Lake Park Lancer Invite this Saturday before returning to head-to-head match play next week.
Coming up next, we'll wrap up the show with a closer look at a new addition to the Naperville North Athletic Program.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
Two dealerships side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Right now, get 0% APR, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on our most popular models at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville.
Naperville North recently celebrated the opening of the school's new turf athletic fields. Ryan Skrid has more on the collaboration between the Huskies and the Naperville Park District.
Naperville North just got another home field advantage with the unveiling of a brand new state-of-the-art turf field. The new athletics area is storm-resistant and multi-use, just south of the main campus, behind Harshbarger-Welzel Stadium. It has 2 football fields worth of space that can accommodate a plethora of sports, from varsity to freshman, as well as other activities, practices, tournaments, community events, and of course, PE classes.
We really worked hard on developing a facility that was going to be, number one, and most importantly, multi-use. And so you can see the variety of lines that are on the field. And so it's going to be in use for our soccer teams, our lacrosse teams, our field hockey teams, our football teams. Marching band has the opportunity to use the facility. Really, anybody who has a need for a soft space and a safe space, they have the opportunity to get scheduled onto this facility. To be able to have this type of facility, especially in the spring, the early spring, where we have started, I should say, sports, and so many of our teams are struggling for field access, this is now truly a game changer for them.
So this is just an opportunity to get our students out more often, more frequently, and doing so in an environment where, we can be out here when the weather gets a little bit inclement. It really is going to improve our ability to have athletics more consistently all throughout the year.
The new space isn't just about enriching the student experience for Huskies. The field is also shared use for the surrounding community in collaboration with the Naperville Park District. The Park District has partnered with School District 203 on similar projects, like the synthetic turf field at Knock Park, made in collaboration with Naperville Central High School. This northern space gives the Park District another venue to hold events and activities throughout the year.
When Naperville North was moving forward with building the fields here, they reached out to the Park District to see if we would also have an interest in partnering and having Park District programs and community use on the fields at Naperville North High School. And we were very open to having those conversations, and we're glad to be able to move forward with that partnership.
The ribbon cutting represents a collaborative community effort between the Park District and School District to give more to the student athletes and the residents who support them.
This nice weather we've had this November, there may be a gym class on here tomorrow.
A real game changer for the Naperville North athletics community. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Ryan Scrid. We've got Tuesday night hockey at the Rocket Ice Skate Rink as Warriors Hockey Club takes on the Neuqua Valley Wildcats. The Warriors Hockey Club defeated Naperville Hockey Club on Monday, while the Wildcats fell to Oak Park River Forest last week, and hope to snap their 4-game losing streak in this rivalry showdown. Warriors Hockey Club is battling along the boards as Jacob Morgan gets to it. He rips a shot towards goal, but Wildcat goalie Elijah Jacknick makes the save. We have another battle along the boards, but this time the Wildcats can't clear the puck and turn it over. As the Warriors reset, Joshua Pijanowski pulls some fancy moves and moves past two Neuqua defenders. Captain Michael Chanier slots this one into the net, and Warriors Hockey Club strikes first. Neuqua Valley looks to respond here as Tanner Malott gets a breakaway chance. He rips a shot, but goalie Tyler Bello shows off the glove for the save. The blue and white go on the attack as Pijanowski connects with Logan White, and he scores to extend the Warriors' lead by 2, closing out the first period. Warriors Hockey Club wins the faceoff, and Pijanowski delivers a nice pass to Ethan Newberg, who scores early in the second period to give the Warriors a commanding 3-0 lead. Now it's Pijanowski's turn as he has a scoring chance and buries it top shelf to extend the blue and white's lead by 4. The Warriors Hockey Club keep the momentum going as Chanier passes it to Brian Harding. He blasts his shot towards goal, it takes a deflection and goes in, bringing the score to 5-0. Malott gets another breakaway chance for Neuqua, and this time he capitalizes to score, and the Wildcats get on the board. We have another battle at the boards as the blue and white come up with the puck. Chanier rips a shot to score his second goal of the game. The Warriors Hockey Club close out the second period with a 6-1 lead. Malott gets another breakaway to score for Neuqua, but Below makes a huge save to keep the blue and gold away. The Wildcats do score another time to make it 6-2, and now we have a battle along the boards once again. Chanier gets to it and connects with Newberg, who sends the shot, but goalie Jacknick makes a clutch save. In the end, the Warriors Hockey Club dominated this rivalry matchup and go on to defeat the Neuqua Valley Wildcats 6-2. They move to 8-4 in the season, earning back-to-back wins and move up to 3rd in the standings. The Valley's co-op bowls against Naperville North in the start of the boys bowling season. Riker Quattrini steps up for the co-op now, as his ball curves back towards the center and the pins fall one by one for the strike. Quattrini finishes the second game with a score of 182, his best game of the night. Take another look at the impressive spin on the ball at the end of this throw. This bold bowling strategy locked in a strike for Quattrini, helped bring a win to the Valleys, and is our Play of the Week.
And that wraps up the final fall sports edition of Naperville Sports Weekly. It's time to head indoors and get the winter season into full swing before the Thanksgiving break. And of course, you can find all of our playoff highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at nctv17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kim Pierce. We'll see you again next week.